Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's Active Aussie here, about 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon. A few days ago, I was out and about doing a few things and happened to come across a relative of mine who I haven't seen for quite a while, even though he lives only about 10 k's away from myself. And he's a very blue-pilled type of man, and got on to discussing a few different things. It was near a cafe. I was having a coffee actually, and he just come and sat down, and he was talking to me about over in the Philippines, and he said recently near his wife's hometown there had been a few natural disasters and stuff like flooding, etc. And he said, oh, I really feel sorry for the girls, for the women over there, these poor girls, and all the things they have to go through, and us Western guys really need to help them out. And basically he was saying that as Western men, we have an obligation or some type of responsibility to help out women in poor countries, poor areas of Southeast Asia, for example, where there is still actually quite a bit of poverty in some areas. And I just said to him, no, I disagree with that. It's not the responsibility of Western men to take care and provide for poor Asian women. Basically, we are not responsible for Asian poverty. And you see quite a lot of this now in regard to Chinese women, also Ukrainian women, these countries where there have been quite a few problems in recent years. And there is a type of shaming in regard to men, and we are told that we should be doing something about this. I didn't cause poverty for these gals. I didn't cause problems within their own countries, and neither did other Western men. And some of you guys might have seen, there are channels now where there's a guy who married a Filipina, or maybe he married a Thai, and they make videos about their wives and girlfriends or their daily lives. And a lot of these guys are just simps. Basically, they are resource providers, and they went over to Southeast Asia, and now they think they are a type of hero, and they like to brag about their life, their wife, their girlfriend, or whatever. And this just proves, it shows that there are still many simps around. Although for sure MGTOW and red pill type philosophy is becoming more popular, I feel that the simps are still winning out, if you want to call it that. And some of these channels have a lot of subscribers, they get a lot of views. So I don't like these guys who are over in Asia encouraging other men to follow them and just to be a resource provider, to marry a single mother, and to just basically throw your life away just for the sake of a woman. And you see a lot of these guys, a lot of them are out of shape. They may be overweight and just don't take care of themselves. So they've probably gone over there just because they are feeling lonely or they're sexually frustrated, whatever. And then some of them have the audacity to try and shame guys like me who warn other men not to take up this type of lifestyle. So if anyone criticizes them, oh, you're just jealous, etc. And I've lived in Asia before, so in Southeast Asia and in China, in HK, Hong Kong. So I know what goes on in these places. I know the mindset of the women. So if some of these other guys want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, they come across as being a type of hypocrite. So I'm not criticizing these guys for being average sort of men, even if they're a bit out of shape, a bit overweight, but it's just that they show this type of hypocrisy and like to try and shame other types of men. So if you're just an average guy and you're living in the West, you might end up being a type of incel by default, which I've talked about before, but I'm not blaming any sorts of men for being in that situation. So just wanted to make this video. So men should not be Captain Save a Ho, Captain Save a Filipina, Captain Save Miss Saigon, whatever. Men don't have responsibility, obligation toward any of these women. And even in our own countries, we don't have this sort of responsibility, obligation. I am fairly loyal to my mother and my sister, but that's based upon mutual obligation and respect. If it's not a two-way street, I'm not interested. So relationships between different people should be a two-way street as much as possible. If someone's just a taker and you are getting zero benefit, whatever, from on your side, you need to ditch that relationship and get that person out of your life. But anyway, that's about all I've got to say. Thanks for listening, viewing as usual, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.